Most websites are not broken. They are just doing the wrong jobs. And that's why you might be struggling to turn your website visitors into paying clients. Before you change the platform in your website or before you think about redesigning your website, let's talk about what job should your website be doing and if your website is actually delivering that jobs. And if not, what can you do differently? One, to identify where the gaps are on your website and how to also optimize it in an order that actually helps you turn website visitor into paying clients. At the end of this video, you are going to learn the top 5 jobs your website should be doing. And if it's not doing that job, what can you do to fix it? What is missing and how do you fix that? So you're going to get that at the end of the video. So let's get started. Having a website is not enough, and I'm going to give you a bit more clarity on why that is the truth, that just having a website alone wouldn't solve the problem. There are hidden jobs your website should be doing, and if you are overlooking them, they might be costing you clients and money. We're going to look at those hidden jobs and identify them. They're going to be a simple test that you are going to kind of take to help you identify these gaps on each page on your website. So you're going to choose a page on your website and you're going to walk through this test to be able to identify if your website doing these 5 top jobs or not. So on what is one thing you can strategically improve on your website or optimize on your website to help you get that result. Okay. So that's what we're going to cover in this video. Now, take yourself on a journey to your website at the moment. You there? Good. Pick one page of your website and imagine that you have 10 ideal visitors visiting that website today. What would happen next? Would they clearly see what you do? Would they be able to trust the website? Would they be able to take action while on the website without scrolling the page? Can you answer that question with confidence? Can you confidently say that when people land on your website, they'll see clearly what they need to do, how they need to do it, and what that will lead them to without the scroll? What if you're not sure if that is happening on your website? Then watch this video to the end to get how to identify those needs on your website and actually take action. Now, where do you lose the most visitors on your page? Does that happen at the top of the page, the middle side of the page, or at the footer of the page? What if you're not sure where does this actually happen? I want you to look at your analytic tools that you have on your website that can help you identify where the drop off happen. Where do people actually stop without scrolling, without taking any information, without clicking the button, and they leave? If your analytics tools is not customized to capture this, that is the gap because you can only fix what you know. If you are not able to see where people drop off or where you're losing the visitor the most, you wouldn't be able to optimize that page for conversion. So you need to know it first to be able to do that. And that's what analytic tools of a website is designed to do. It's designed to help you capture where the interest is, where people lose interest, and helps you know what to optimize. If not, if you don't do this, you're gonna like go and redesign the page or move things around. And that is not a strategic move of retaining visitors or optimizing a website for conversion. So my question to you is, do you have analytic tools that helps you know where on your website are you losing visitors? Is it at the top, middle, or the footer? If you don't have analytic tools at all on your website, there's a free Google Analytic tools that you can use on your website that help you capture this. If you would like a separate video on how to use Google Analytics to capture where you lose visitors the most on your website, comment below, drop off, and I will make a separate video on how you can customize your analytic tools, in this context, Google Analytic tool, to allow you to see how people move in and out of your website, where the interest drop off, and what you can do to optimize that for conversion, because you can only improve what you know. Now, when people visit the website, they want to see what they want to see at the time, at the shortest time possible. So the question is, if your website visitor visit your website, can they be able to see what you want them to see within 10 seconds? Can your website explain what you do without them having to scroll the page to get that? If that is not working, then you might need to optimize the upper fold of your page to be able to capture that attention, because the above fold of the page can really retain website visitors or send them off from the page. So you want to ask yourself, how is the above fold section of your website working? Is it helping you to get result or not? People don't buy from websites that only display information. If you want your website to turn website visitor into paying client, you need to move away from just showing people information and start demonstrating clarity on your website. And that is where the buying comes in. Your website should be able to demonstrate clarity, not just display information. But what if you are not sure where your website fits in? Because initially, when you are just starting out or you're getting your website for the first time, you just want people to see what you do and kind of, if they want, get in contact with you. But now your business is growing, you are scaling your business, you want your website to demonstrate clarity. But how do you transit from having a website that displays information to a website that is absolutely clear and turn visitor into paying client? First is to identify the gaps. What is the gaps that your website is currently having? How do you do that? I have a free tools that allow you to know where the gaps are on your website and know what aspect or what part of your website need optimizing for better results. The website attraction quiz was designed specifically to help you identify these gaps that your website is having. So click the link in the comments of this video or in the description of this video, wherever you're watching it from, to take the 60-second website attraction quiz. When you answer a few questions, it gives you absolute personalized, customized report that shows you what's working on your website, what's not working, and what needs improving. And you can do that within 30 seconds right there. And the report is instantly available for you to download when you finish the quiz. And it's also emailed to you as well, so you don't miss any of the copy. So click the link in the comment to take the website attraction quiz, and helps you to identify your website, if it's an informational website or it's a website that adds clarity to it. Now, this is another best part of optimizing your website for results, is that even though you do all the work and create the best website, if no one found the website, it's of no use to your business. So your website needs to, one, have clarity, two, people need to find it. And there are various ways that you can optimize your website for visibility. So the question to you is, how do you optimize your website for visibility? First thing is for you to identify, where do you get the most traffic from? Where do people come from to visit your website? Do they come from social media? Do they come from Google search engine, or do they come from AI tools like ChatGPT, or do you do networking and reference people with your website? Do they come from YouTube traffic? Where does your website traffic comes from? But what if you don't know where your website traffic come from? That is when you look at your analytic tools. The analytic tools will show you the source of the traffic, where you get the most traffic, and how long did they stay on your website. And most importantly, one of the things I kind of advise my clients to optimize is, where on the page did people drop off. Very important to know which of the page is getting the most traffic and where the drop off point happened, because that makes your optimization to be specific and help your optimization to convert. If you have a top performing page, let's say your home page is your top performing page in terms of get most traffic, and you have identified the source of that traffic to be like social media or Google search engine, then you notice that people drop off in the middle of the page. That helps you understand what you should be doing in that middle section of the page to optimize it for conversion. And that is where you are using your traffic to turn that traffic into leads, and that leads get into sales. But for all that to happen, you need to have a tool that allow you to see, where does website visitors stop, what did they do before they stop, and how can you use your traffic source to boost your conversion. And when people come to your website, they do two things. It's either they stay on the page and engage with whatever content you have and take the action you want them to take, or they click the back button and leave. Whatever is the direction they're taking, the question is, if when someone leaves your website without taking action, what happened? Do you have a way of bringing them back to the page? Do you have a way of customizing the page to bring them back on the page? Because you should be able to have a way of getting the visitors that visited before without taking action back to your page. Many people do that in different ways. Some people have a exit pop-up that tell people what they need to sign up to. Some people do some paid ad to redirect the visitors back. But there is other ways that you can still retain visitors even when they leave the page. Okay. So you want to consider that those people exiting from your page, what can you do to bring them back to the page? And for you to do that, you need to identify how many people are actually leaving your website without taking action. And that is where analytics tools also help you to identify. So when you look at the analytic tools, you want to look at how many people actually come to the website, didn't do anything, and leave. That helps you know what is happening in that section of the page that they drop off. So it's very important to also take notice of the negative number, and which is people exiting the page without action. I call that negative number. That helps you to identify how can you retain more visitors on the page. Because for people to return to become your paying client, they need to stay on the page and engage with the contents of the page. But if they are in and out of the page, you need to take notice of that action and be able to optimize that for conversion. One way that there are so many ways to capture leads on a website. So it depends on how you want your lead generation process on your website to look like. That will help you know what to do. But here is a few ways of capturing leads on the website. You could have a newsletter where people subscribe to it and give you their emails in exchange for the information you give them. You can provide a free guide that they can download straight away and get the content and in exchange of the emails content. You can also have a checklist, and you can also have a quiz. I like an interactive quiz, especially quiz that are very reflective, having you think through your website. But because believe it or not, you know your business better than anyone else, and you are the one to explain what you want people to do when they come to the website. You may not have the technical skills to be able to put that together, but ability to articulate or explain how you want people to use your website, how you want people to become your paying client is a skill that I believe you already got it. But you might need something that will help you to capture that lead. And the same way with your clients, when they visit your website, they already know what they want, or they are thinking about what they want, or they have an idea what they want. So that initial clarity is what would help them to say, okay, they need to reach out to you. They see you as an expert, and you need to give them something that help them kind of validates that expertise that you already got. And that can be a form of newsletter, a free guide, a checklist, a quiz, or any free resources that allow people to engage with your website and stay a bit longer to become client. And when people have already, when your website is already designed to capture that lead through those different methods, the next thing is for you to move the website visitor from just being leads to becoming clients. And that is another step in the process. Okay. So you have to give them a way to either book a call or apply to work with you, or have a way of sending you a short message or downloading something or clicking a button to start. So that conversation needs to happen right there on your website. And this actually shows that lead, when you combine lead capturing, which is this page, what you do to maintain leads, and then combine your sales conversion process together, your website become a system that works for you. And that's what you want to look at. You want to look at your website as a system, that each part of the website is actually working toward you then becoming your paying client. That's when you make money from your website. You capture leads in various ways. You make people communicate with you, reach out to you to start working with you in a different way. And when those two things come together, you have now owned a website that works as a system. So now comes to the question that started the conversation. Your website have 5 top jobs to do. Which of these jobs do you think your website is missing? Do you think your website is missing ability to show clarity and explain what you do? Does your website build trust with the website visitor right away when they land on the page? And after all this clarity and beautifully designed website, can your website get found in the right places? So that you don't just get traffic from one source, but you get traffic from multiple sources, which helps you to get your website visibility boosted in the right way that helps you turn them into paying clients. Do you have a way of capturing leads on your website? Do you have a system on your website that helps you capture visitors' interest and get a way of you communicating back to them? Does a website have a place where people generate inquiries and can get in touch with you and do that? What if you look at your website and it's like, oh, this is too much, I don't know where to start? That is where website attraction quiz come in. This website attraction quiz is to help you simplify the gaps that remain on your website, where your website is missing in doing their jobs, and also helps you to know which aspects of your website should you be focusing on and why. So it's not just a quiz that shows you the reports, but it also show you the action bit that you need to take and in the right order that leads you to results. So click the link in the comments of this video to take your website attraction quiz and get your instant report right there on the screen, and it would also be emailed to you. So click the link description or in the comment to take your website attraction quiz. That helps you simplify which of this job your website is missing and in what order should you be taking in order to help your website turn visitor into paying client. Now let's get back to the beginning of our conversation. We were talking about 100 idle clients arriving on your website. Would your website know what you do? Would they be able to see that and identify that and take action? We have named the top 5 jobs your website should be doing, but the reflective question for you is, does your website demonstrate those 5 jobs? What if you don't know? Website attraction quiz is there to help you fix the answer. So click the link in the comment to take the quiz. Yes, it's a quiz time. Finding the gaps, the visibility gaps on your website is important. Understanding where clarity is lacking and how you can improve that is essential. And then turning those website visitors into paying clients is important. And the best part is that you can literally do this in 60 seconds. Under a minute, you get this instant clarity by answering few questions and you get the report right there on the screen. So what are you waiting for? Click the link somewhere in this video to take your website attraction quiz. And if you would like me to make more videos on how you can identify where drop-off happen on your website, where people bounce back from your website, comment below, drop off, and I will make a separate video on how you can use analytic tools to identify these gaps on your website. Meanwhile, go over to my website, yenudom.com, to take the website attraction quiz and find out where your website is missing the gap and how you can fix it. Whatever you are doing, do me one huge favor. Share this video with as many friends as possible, because in this platform, we are helping you to turn your website visitor into paying client. And your friends deserve to know the content too. So share the videos and let me know if you like a content like this and what other video would you like me to make about your website. My job is to help you turn your website visitor into paying client so that you can grow your business and live your dream life that you want. But for me to do that, I need your support too. So please share this video and comment below what is your takeaway from this video, and take the website attraction quiz. Let me know what other video you want to see me talk about. Okay. Whatever you're doing, keep the dream of your website alive, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.